time will prove. Yes, only time will prove if I have lost my way. 'Cause I hear tell about a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for basements. Yeah, I lost my way, but I hear tell about a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for basements. But time cannot remove the only life I know. And now only time will prove. Yes, only time will prove if I have lost my way. 'Cause I hear tell about a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for basements. Yeah, I lost my way, but I hear tell about a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for basements.
All right. Hi, everyone. Frankie here. New West Reset. Hello. How's it going? Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. Season's greetings. Joyeux Noel to you. Thank you very much for shooting in and joining a fellow here for another one. Another live stream, as a matter of fact. New West Reset Live, episode 97 here today. So welcome to Ye Olde Timey Christmas Holiday Special. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Where are we at here? Sunday, December 22nd, 2024. Just a wee bit past 5 p.m. local time. It's mountain time, of course. And as always, we're coming at you live from Calgary in beautiful Alberta, Canada, down here in southwestern Alberta, up in Canada land. Oh, the frozen north there at Christmas time, bud. The home of jolly old Saint Nick himself, Canada. So Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for joining me here. It's not too bad of a day. Actually, you wouldn't know it's the frozen north in the middle of winter. Well, not actually in the middle of winter. The start of winter. Yesterday was the winter solstice. The first official day of winter was Saturday the 21st. But we've had winter here for a while. Since I mean, it came in fairly easy, like so far. Really, I can't complain. We haven't had any blizzards or any super cold weather yet. But anyway, today no exception though. Pretty beauty. It's still like 5 degrees Celsius out there right now. It's like 42 Fahrenheit or 43 or something like that. I don't know, but it's decent. It's decent. I wouldn't go jogging in my short pants, but it's not too bad. Hopefully your weather is all right. You know what? I kind of hope I get a bit of snow though before the 25th, at least Christmas Eve, or before I wake up on the 25th. It's nice to have a white Christmas, although we still have some snow on the ground from just over a week ago where we had a bunch of snow. No, was it 2 weeks ago now? I don't know. We had a lot of snow, man. But we're experiencing one of our famous southern Alberta Chinooks. The warm winds have blown in and mostly melted the snow. We had a bit of a hiccup a couple of days where it went below zero again. And we had about maybe, I don't know, a skiff. We'll call it a skiff of snow. But then as of a couple of days ago, back up above 0 Celsius again. So yeah, beautiful blue skies, sun shining, warm breeze. Just like Christmas. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Let's say hello in the chat, in the box. Let me know how you're doing and where you been, where you going, where you come from. Vaughn's here. My pal Vaughn. Good to see you, bud. How you doing? Merry Christmas to you. Kathy Broughton's here. Hello, and Merry Christmas to you, Kathy. Hippie Shake in the box. Howdy, hippie. Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas, should I say. That's how they say it over there in the UK. Happy Christmas. Morgan is here from Isabella Live 2.0. Good to see you. Cousin Vinny is here. Huh? It's always good to see Cousin Vinny. Because, you get your Frankie fingers. What? And you gotta have Cousin Vinny. What's the matter with you, huh?
So, Tommy, where have you been, huh? I've been watching New West Reset. Huh? Well, it's New West Reset. It's just thing on YouTube. He goes around, he does his boots on the ground thing. I'll tell you.
Chassie Nix is here as well. Hello, Chassie. Thanks for joining. Thanks for winding down your weekend here. Appreciate it. Turtle's here. Hey, Turtle's here. Hey! No, you. Hey, you. Yeah, him. You. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, up here. Yeah, Turtle's over here. Good to see you, Turtle. Merry Christmas. Season's greetings to you and all that jazz. DN is here as well. Howdy, DN. We say season's greetings in Canada a lot, eh? We say season's greetings. We say happy holidays. And we say Merry Christmas. So all of the above to all of you. Again, thanks for joining me. So I thought we'd just kind of goof around. We're going to look at found a website that's got old photographs of store window displays, Christmas time window displays in old stores. I think these are all from Toronto. I want to say Toronto for all you non-Canadians. I'll translate. Toronto means Toronto. Sorry. Dragon Sage is here. Hello. How's she going there, eh? Merry Christmas to you as well. Thanks for joining. Howdy. My smoke went out because I'm having too much fun here. Don't smoke, kids. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. Anyway. So yeah, well, we're going to have a look at that. Very interesting. You know, from the 20s right through to, I believe, the 50s, maybe early 60s. So it might get groovy. Also, I found an interesting article about how they celebrate Christmas a little differently in Newfoundland. Down over there in Newfoundland. Newfoundland, a lot of you might know it as. It's Newfoundland. Let's face it, they do a lot of things differently over in Newfoundland, but God bless them. And then, you know, just going to have a good time. We're just going to have a little bit of fun here over Christmas. This is the ye old timey Christmas holiday special. So yeah, we're just going to have some fun and joke around. So thanks for joining me.
You know what I mean? All right, we're having a good time.
And as per usual, if you have not already, please give a guy one of these. Just kind of helps to push me out into the thing. So we make our way towards 2,000 subscribers here on the channel. Thanks to everybody who's already liked and shared and all of that. Appreciate it. Those of you that are watching this, you know, up after the live, thank you very much for your support as well. Merry Christmas to you. And Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Season's greetings. Merry Yuletide? I don't know. I'm running out of things. Feliz Navidad? I guess. Anyway. And of course, links will be below. Speaking of links, you can get a hold of a guy via links below, such as, you know, email, MeWe, BitChute. Also, the link to my location map is there too. You just click on that, and it opens up the my location map with my little icon. This thing right here, and you click on that, and shoots you down to one of my boots on the ground videos. So speaking of Cousin Vinny, thanks for putting that together, Cousin Vinny. I don't know how he does that. I have no. Many of you might be like, oh, that's easy, but I have no idea. So I'm super grateful. Appreciate it. Also, PayPal below, too, if you want to send a guy some Christmas cheer. Much obliged. Thank you very much. And, of course, we are broadcasting simultaneously on the HooTubes and on the Bumble. So links below. Howdy, everybody, on the HooTubes and the Bumble. We have technical difficulties. Can you hear me? Something just happened with my mic there for a second there. Hopefully you can hear me. Test, 1, 2, 3. At the beginning of the show, too, I hit the go live with the intro, and something got discombobulated. So I just hit the intro again. So if you were watching at the beginning, by the way, thank you. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you. And you got a kind of a sort of a double play on the intro video. Yeah, it's just something. It's going to be one of those nights, right, Phil? Howdy, Phil. Good to see you. Phil Henry in the box. Merry Christmas. So yeah, thank you very much for winding down your weekend here with me. Episode 97, New West Reset Live, ye old-timey Christmas holiday special. We're going to look at old-timey Canadian Christmas stuff here on this Sunday Fun Day. Well, it's not going to be super duper old-timey, but it's going to be old-timey themed. Sure. I got my my eggnog here. So cheers to you. Get the egg. I got a little bit of cinnamon on top. Can you see the cinnamon floating on the top there of the eggnog? And is there rum in that eggnog? I may hear you asking there in the box. Frankie, is there rum in that eggnog? Absolutely. So cheers to you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Just Gonna have me a little sip of this rum and eggnog. Delicious. Ooh, oh yeah, that's zippy. I die laughing almost every time this time of year when I buy eggnog. Comes in a carton, like a carton of milk, carton of eggnog. But as you may or may not know, up here in Canada land, we have 2 official languages. That's right, 2 of them. Absolutely, count them, 2. So everything's printed with English and French on it. You buy a box of staples for your stapler. I don't know, terrible example. But you buy yourself a box of staples for your stapler, for your home office supplies, because you don't want to steal them from work. Don't steal your office supplies from where you work. I don't know where I'm going. It's going to say on it, 1,000 staples in English and in French. So everything has got English and French on it. A bottle of Mop and Glow, a set of tires from Sears. It's going to be in English and French. So you buy a carton of eggnog. And on the English side, it says eggnog. You flip it over and you look at the French side and it says lait du poule. Well, you know what lait du poule means? Lait means milk. Poule means chicken. Chicken milk. Or rather, more accurately, milk from the chicken. Milk of the chicken. Chicken milk, essentially. Doesn't that sound delicious? Hey, Frankie, what are you doing for the holidays? Oh, I'm going to have me a great, big, giant, ridiculous glass of chicken milk. Exchange some gifts, eat some turkey. What are you going to do? Wait a sec, did you just say chicken milk, eh? Oh, yeah, bud. You got it, buddy. A guy loves a nice frosty, tall glass of chicken milk with cinnamon and nutmeg on top. Put a little rum in that chicken milk. Nothing says the holidays but chicken milk. Oh, cat milk is, yeah, well, there you go. Well, it's better than rat milk. Yeah. You bunch in the box are crazy. And I dig that about you. Chassie wants to know, how do you milk a chicken? That's an excellent question, Chassie. Well, I used to call me old McDonald down there at the milking lab because I could milk these things all day long. The only problem is the little udders. Little udders are hard to find. That's right, Dean says, Chassie, carefully. Yeah, you don't want to get pecked while you're milking that chicken. And you really also got to be careful that you don't want to try to milk a rooster. Ho, hey now. It's not that kind of show.
You know what I mean? All right, we're having a good time.
Let's keep it classy for Christmas here now. Keep it classy for Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you, and best to you and yours. What's coming up on the channel? I hear somebody in the box asking. Well, thank you for inquiring. I appreciate it. A week from now, going to do the New Year's show. That's going to be fun and fantastic. Also coming up in the new year, I believe the very first boots on the ground video of the new year, which will be Friday, January the 3rd, 2025. Huh, there you go. But that's going to be sort of my year-end Frankie's best finds of the year, greatest hits. This will be, I guess if this was a CD of 70s power ballads, it would be Frankie Fingers Greatest Hits Volume 3. Also, in the new year, Knuckleheads Volume 15. We're taking the show on the road. We're gonna hit the highway, me and Chris, from Old World Exploration, eh? A couple of Canadians are gonna hop on the old dog sled and get 'em mushing. And then we're gonna see where we end up. I think we're gonna try to head overseas into the UK there, buddy. A couple of Canucks stomping around in the motherland. Well, Canada's motherland. Kinda. Dragon Sage in the box says, "Don't be milking the chicken. Santa's watching." That's what we call it up here in Canada land, is milking the chicken.
Hey, I wet my jockeys here.
All right, quit goofing around there and over there now, eh, buddy? Simmer down. Let's simmer it down. You're at a 9 on the dial. We need you at a 2 there. You're unruly there in the box now. Got to keep it classy for Christmas. Didn't I just say that? Jeez. Eggnog time. Eggnog time. Cheers. I don't even know what eggnog really is, to be honest with you. I have no idea what it is. I do not know the recipe, the ingredients there. I could have, when I was reading the French side and giggling to myself, chicken milk. I could have looked at the ingredients and said, well, it does have egg and milk in it. And it does have some spices, I guess. I don't know. Cinnamon and nutmeg spices. I guess they're considered spices. It's got, oh no, she's got sugar in there, bud. I mean, you can get the non-dairy, lactose-free, sugar-free stuff, but if you're going to put rum in it anyways, especially a nice spiced rum, a Canadian spiced rum, then, what difference does the sugar make, I guess? But I mean, yeah, these days now, eggnog, you can get plant-based, vegan eggnog, which I'm sure is absolutely scrumptious. It's milk that doesn't come from chickens. It comes from whatever the chickens eat, I guess. But yeah, it does have sugar. Jesse, quick with the research. It's just eggs, milk, sugar, and spices. Well, there you go. Yeah. It's basically it. And it's delicious. Delicious. Dragon says I got everyone Bailey's Irish cream for Christmas this year. That's right. Aye, to be sure. Oh, I love me some Bailey's Irish cream. Right. That's a terrible Irish accent, and I apologize to my Irish friends out there. Please don't send the Irish mob after me, please. Jessie says she got her father some whiskey. There you go. Atta girl. You're going to get a big hug and kiss from old Pops for putting that under the tree this year. Yep. You can't go wrong, Can't go wrong. But yeah, Bailey's Irish cream is good. Put a little bit of that in your coffee around the holidays. Not, in the morning before you go to work or anything. But, maybe your last coffee break of the day around 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you're grabbing yourself a donut. Maybe just put a couple of little drops there in your coffee. Be careful the boss ain't watching. Unless the boss is the guy pouring the drink, then have at her. Have at her. Bailey's and butterscotch. Ooh-wee, turtle. You're killing me over here. Anyway, what do you say we get this holiday special on the road once again, thank you very, very much for joining me here for Ye Old Timey Christmas Holiday Special, New West Reset Live 97. What should we look at first here, people? Let's look at this. Yeah. Let's look at this. Might as well. This is what the whole thing's all about here. This is old photographs of Christmas displays in Toronto. Photo gallery. I think there's like a dozen photos here from, yeah, I'm pretty sure right around 1900 to about the 50s-ish. So let me just bring that up. You can have a little peekaboo at what we're looking at here. Hopefully you can see that okay. You can let me know in the box. Muchly appreciated. Old photographs of Christmas displays in Toronto. It's a gallery. This is from the TorontoGuardian.com. It's an older article from 2021, but that's fine. It's fine. In Iceland, wait, what? I thought we were talking about Canada land here. Okay. They celebrate Christmas Jólabókaflóð style? Jólabókaflóð style? I don't even know. Which translates to book flood, where people gift books. And then read them while snuggling up together drinking hot chocolate. Well, isn't that nice? Everybody in Iceland does that, apparently. It's a law. It's in the books. You got to do it. You got to give your neighbor a book and then snuggle with him. Do you read them to each other, or do you read silently amongst yourselves? You're the book that presumably you've been gifted by someone, and then your loved one to whom you have gifted a book. Or do you just read them both out loud to each other, yelling over each other? Find a shorter sheet and fuke. I don't know how they talk in Iceland. I'm sorry for the 3 Icelandic subscribers that I have. I'm terribly sorry about that. The show's getting out of control here. Anyways, this year, we have every reason to enjoy the holidays any way we please. The season doesn't have to include a hectic rush of last-minute shopping in a crowded mall or obligatory attendance to never-ending gatherings. Of course it doesn't. No one's putting a gun to your head and saying, you better buy your Uncle Steve a new pair of socks, and your Aunt Flo a tea cozy. I mean, yeah, sure, I do some Christmas shopping. I buy gifts. I've got, siblings who have children and grandchildren. My younger sister is a grandmother. Yeah, my 2 oldest nieces are married and have children of their own. So, a lot of little kids running around Christmas time. So, yeah, Uncle Frankie's going to, spoil them a little bit on the holidays. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to. I mean, a lot of people, you celebrate Christmas in your own way. Ring in the holidays and the New Year in your own way. You just want to chill with a handful of close friends and family, fine. If you want to have a big blowout dinner and drinks and noisemakers and fireworks, hey, go nuts, man. Go nuts. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Merry Christmas. I got a book for you. It's a dictionary. Look at this photo, though. That's pretty cool. This is, where are we here? 1908 Christmas display at Old St. Charles Hotel on on Yonge Street. What are they hanging up there? They got what is that, a deer? They're just going to hang a dead deer upside down in front of our shop. Merry Christmas, people. Here's a dead deer. I mean, venison is delicious. We often eat venison over the holidays. It's the end of hunting season, after all. What do we got here? Some pheasant. Got some pheasant hanging here. It's just, they've got garland and ribbons and bows and dead critters. Hey, nothing says, I wish you a healthy and happy and prosperous Christmas, like, you know, bunch of carcasses, I guess. It's unusual. I don't know. That's odd, right? It's odd. Yeah, Chassis Nick says not my sort of display. Nope. Jason Marshall is here. Howdy, Jason. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for shooting in. Rye, whiskey, and bourbon. Everybody knows what to get Dragon Sage for Christmas now. Bourbon and rye whiskey. We have license to skip the office party, avoid the in-laws, camp out on a couch in our PJs, couch, you know, Chesterfield, sofa, settee, and binge watch all the terrible holiday movies. Why not? It's a Wonderful Life and all that stuff. Or the original, I don't know if it's the original, but A Christmas Carol. The one with, what's his name? Alistair Sim as Ebenezer Scrooge. That's a good one. That's a good one. Then you got to watch Elf with Will Ferrell. Just, you know, because why not? Us Canadians like watching Elf over the Christmas holiday, Christmas time, holiday season thing. Because it makes a lot of reference to Canadian stuff.
Can you pass the maple syrup, please?
I didn't put... It's spaghetti.
You know what? I think I have something. Yes.
Maple syrup right there. You always got to carry a little bottle of travel size maple syrup in up your sleeve. Just watch out for the pat down at the airport. Anyway. To get some fresh air, many seasonal activities have always taken place outside, making a socially distanced festive season even easier. Oh, of course, there's giving away the date of this thing, 2021. They have to get that in there. Remember that when they were doing that to us all the time? Just grinding it in there, right in your side, right under that lowest floater rib. The upsides of commercialization of December 25th are all the traditions provided. From looking at catalogs, which is, you know, your wish book, RIP wish book, to gathering outside freshly decorated department store windows. There you go. Look at this one. That's the thumbnail. 1909 to 1929, Canadian General Electric Company Limited, nighttime Christmas window display. Huh. Looks pretty good. They got like some kind of animatronic Santa Claus there. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. Is that a kitty cat or a dog? It's not bad. Okay. I don't see a Christmas tree set up, though. Where are you putting all them gifts there, St. Nick? You got the stocking, sure, but where's the Christmas tree now? The Tannenbaum. It's sad that many stores are no longer with us, but still in the nostalgic trip back in time in the Toronto archives, seeing the displays from Christmas past invoked joy. Yes, Canada used to have a nationwide chain of department stores that supposedly was started, I believe, in the late 19 teens, like after WW1, maybe, I want to say. Anyways, it was called the Eaton's, Timothy Eaton's department store. Eaton's. You know, like Sears and Macy's and JCPenney's and Marks and Spencer and whatnot, and Harrods and so forth. And they would have a catalog. It was thick. It was thick like a phone book, which is a terrible reference because a lot of you might not even know what a phone book is these days. It was thick like a Chicago deep dish pizza, you know, and you would flip through and you'd look at pots and pans and stuff. But as a kid, you'd look at the toy section, which was always a few extra glossy, beautifully photographed pages for the Eaton's catalog, Christmas catalog. So you get that in the mail. You get the Sears catalog. You get the Hudson's Bay, the Bay catalog. So as a kid, you would like, you know, circle it or dog ear the page, just as a subtle hint to mom and dad as to what to tell Santa to give you for Christmas, you see. The Hot Wheels and the Lego and whatnot. An investment in public buildings is important to pick up the slack when retail drops the ball. If anything ever happened to the Bay and their windows go dark, places like Casa Loma remain decked out for the season. Oh, okay. So what is this? This is the 1921 Merchants Bank of Canada Christmas Club. Huh. I'd say that's really decorated for Christmas. They got a sign with a Santa on it. Okay, fine. Love the brick-lined streets, and you could see the rails there for the streetcar, trolley, tram. Beautiful little bijou balconies up here on this. It's detailed with the stonework, big, huge columns here. Pretty fancy for a Christmas club. Huh, all right. It's a new one on me. There we go. Now we're talking. 1930 Christmas display of gas ranges with Father Christmas, surrounded by cooking utensils. Yes, Father Christmas. Le Père Noël in French. Merry Christmas. Here's an oven. Now go make me some dinner, I guess. That's terrible. That's a terrible gift. I guess it's practical, but, you know, different times, I guess. Right, Martin? Martin's here, everybody. Martin 11. Morning, friends. Going to nip back into the beginning. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for joining there, eh? What's this one? 1935 Christmas window display, 55 Adelaide Street East in Toronto. Various gas appliances and gas refrigerator for the gift of gifts. Yeah, there you go. Here's a fridge. I guess you could keep your beer and eggnog and rum in there, bud. That's a little pretty good gift. The heck is this kind of control? Oh, it looks like a fireplace, a gas fireplace. Ah, those inserts. There's your range and your oven, fridge. Okay, sure. Kind of a nice display there. Again, not the best gift necessarily. Here you go, honey. Here's a fridge. Merry Christmas. She'll shove you into that fridge and push you off a bridge. What's this one? December 26, 1958. Okay. A little bit of color in there. Ah, look at this. 1962 Yonge Street Christmas, December. Very nice. All the twinkling lights. I like it when they hang these things across. You see that in big cities, but a lot of times small towns, over the holidays, they really get into the Christmas spirit. You know, and they'll do something like that across, you know, their main street, their high street, their main drag. Howdy, Castle. Castle in the pasture is in the box. Merry Christmas to you. $1962 Yonge Street again. Yeah, at night, I guess. Looks like, yeah, it's the same shot at night. Beautiful. Going all the way down the street. Not a lot of snow, though. What's going on there, bud? I mean, people are wearing coats and hats, and gloves. I'm not seeing snow and ice. Are you sure this is Toronto in December? There it is, 1963 Casa Loma at Christmas time. Yeah, it's basically a castle over there in Toronto. Thank you very much, Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse over in the box on the Bumble says, Merry Christmas, Frankie. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much. Look at this. That's nice. I like that. You know, they don't go crazy with it. They just do it on the corner of the building here, you know, and then they got a lot of their more decked out sort of stuff a little bit closer to ground level. But if you're just driving through here at night, get the twinkly lights, it's pretty nice. There you go, Simpsons. So Simpsons Sears. I believe Sears in Canada was called Simpsons. And then perhaps they merged, or Sears bought Simpsons. A car here too, look at that. Chevy. Nice. From Eaton's, A Christmas to Remember. What's this? 1977 view of Eaton's Christmas sign just prior to demolition. Oh, great. And they knocked down the Eaton's building. Ooh, look at this. Like this, yeah, festive, lovely. Yeah, great. But there you go. Now you're talking. Look at the patina on that. There you go, Simpsons. 1981. Wow, that's okay. It's fairly recent. View of Christmas, decorated entrance to Simpsons, right there on Queen Street on the west side in Toronto. Look at this. They got silly with it here, people. Wow. Fancy schmancy there. 1981. Christmas window display in Simpsons, Queen Street. Yeah, same display. What's this? Oh yeah, this looks really 70s, early 80s, right? Honest Ed's. Yes, it looks like garbage. 1983 to 85. Honest Ed's on Markham Street. Yeah. Well, I guess these are big Christmas ornaments, so I guess that's kind of clever. I don't know. I've never been to Honest Ed's. This looks like it could light up, which would be kind of neat, but yeah, this is just terrible. Come in and get lost. No thanks. So side of Bloor Street, west of Queen's Park. Okay. Yeah, sure. Doesn't exactly distract you from all this ugliness, but okay. Oh, there we go. December 24th, interior view of Christmas display in Simpsons, looking out onto the street. Very nice. Tree, St. Nick. Who's this? The butler gonna bash St. Nick over the head with this baton because he thinks he's a burglar? I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, there you go. The TorontoGuardian.com from back in 2021. Old photographs of Christmas displays in Toronto. Link in the description below. Hudson's Bay Company bought them in 78. What's that? They bought Simpsons? Because I know for a while, at least out east in Quebec, it was Simpsons. Then it was Simpsons / Sears. And then just Simpsons was gone. And then it was just Sears. I think Sears is gone now, isn't it? Isn't Sears gone? Here in Canada land, Sears is gone. I mean, I know these are big, huge multinational corporations that are designed to make you buy all kinds of crap made in China, have you part with your hard-earned cash. But it's kind of a shame when old, department stores or something like that that's been around since 1900 or whatever, just all of a sudden just has to fold up shop and pack her in. It's like, it's kind of a shame. I guess just because of the nostalgia of it, because these big Canadian department stores, just like in the US and I'm sure elsewhere in the realm, especially on the weekends, but as you get closer and closer to Christmas, I think it was every day up to Christmas Eve day, the store would be open and it would have Santa in there, and you would have, your Santa's workshop, big display set up, Santa set up like the North Pole. And you go and sit on his lap and tell him what you want for Christmas and you get your photo taken. Eaton's had it, Sears had it, Simpsons, whatever, Sears, the Bay. So, you know, mom and pops would take you to go and see Santa. Dragon Sage says Sears faded into a catalog service, then vanished. Yeah, they basically shut down their stores, and you would just have these like little outlets, like a small space where you'd go in and you would make an order from the catalog or something like that. Yeah, Wally World did a number. They did a number on them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Calgary Eaton's building was too. And then, of course, they had to wrecking ball the darn thing. Yeah, that's the bummer. Dragon Sage says the Toronto Eaton's building was epic. Yeah, it's a shame, you know. But of course, that's a narrative that we're used to around here by now. Brian A. Metz. Howdy, Brian. Happy Christmas to you. Happy Christmas and Merry New Year. Or something like that. Anyways, thanks for shooting in and joining. He says all part of Umbrella. Yeah. Well, eventually, yeah, the bigger fish swallow up and gobble up the littler fishers. And then pretty soon, you only got one or two big fish to choose from, but they make it look like you've got 6 or 8 to choose from. The illusion of choice. Thank you, Hippie. Hippie over on the Bumble sending me all kinds of crazy stuff over there. Thank you very much. Mighty Mouse, speaking of Bumble, says my wife says she don't want car parts again for Christmas this year. Really, why not? Here's a new fuel pump for you. Some wiper blades and some brand new winter tires. Look at that. Look at the tread on them things. Boy, howdy, that'll get you through the snow and ice and slush. Cheers to you. Another little slurp or two of the rum and eggnog here. Oh, wow. Wow. Smooth. That's a smooth one. Ooh. Yikes. Anyway, thanks for joining me here. Where are we at here? We're coming up on the hour. What do you say we no, we're not going to do a mid-show break yet. Not yet. Chassis Nicks, again, quickly. Like quicker than a hiccup with the research. Goggled. As of November, there were 9 Sears stores remaining. 9? Wow. Huh. 9. And to think Sears was a powerhouse for decades. Let me tell you, up here in Canada land, there was 2 places you'd go to get a decent set of tools. And you could kind of sort of trust the guy to maybe work on your car a bit with some of the more complicated or time-consuming stuff that you couldn't do yourself. What? Timing chain is shot. Oh, man. I don't want to do that. Well, you would take it to Canadian Tire or Sears? Mighty Mouse says she gets brakes. Brakes are great. That's a very practical gift. Here you go, honey. Merry Christmas. Here's some brakes, a stove, and a fridge. That's right. Crappy tire. Canadian Tire or Sears. You get your Mastercraft or your Motor Master ratchet set. And then you get all confused. You're trying to wait. Is Motor Master Canadian Tire or Sears? Or Sears Mastercraft? Or is that Canadian Tire? And then really embarrassing, you go into Sears and you bring your Canadian Tire money in there with you and you try to spend your Canadian Tire money in Sears. And the cashier looks at you like, sorry, buddy. Those don't fly in here, eh? Of course, you're in there, and Canadian Tire is like a whole another level up here in Canada land. It's like a department store and an automotive shop. So you could get like a new transmission installed in your car, and you could also buy patio furniture. And you could check off your Christmas list. I bet you could get your entire Christmas list done in a Canadian Tire, including Nana's favorite English toffee bonbons. It's crazy. Yes, thank you. Mighty Mouse says Craftsman was Sears and Mastercraft was Canadian Tire. It does beat socks and undies. Or get Dad some cologne from Avon. Get him some Old Spice. I don't know anybody who wore Old Spice. Unless you're some crusty old sailor, I guess. Maybe if you're a professional fisherman. I don't know. Old Spice is kind of like the Christmas fruitcake business, right? People just keep giving it as gifts, but nobody ever uses it or consumes it at all. I have a theory that there's only one Christmas fruitcake in the entire world, and it just keeps getting passed around because it's getting regifted because nobody likes that stuff. Oh, yeah, or Brute. Vaughn says some Old Spice or Brute. Yeah, Brute's the other one. See, there you go. Now, yeah, now if you're in the Navy, in the Royal Canadian Navy, the American Navy, the British Navy, sure. Or a fisherman. But other than that, Sound good? Old Army Dog here, says Brian. The worst part about all the Christmas shopping, they say, oh, it's the hustle and bustle and it's hectic. Well, get her done earlier, bud. Go into the store at like the end of November there. Let Remembrance Day / Veterans Day have its time. Pay your respects. And then, hit the stores maybe, I don't know, the first weekend after Remembrance Day or Armistice Day, Veterans Day, whatever. Do a little bit at a time. Be like, I got to go to the mall for 8 hours and get all these dang gifts. Oh, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go absolutely crazy. Don't do that. Of course, that said, I left mine to the last minute this year. So don't listen to me, because I'm a knob. But the worst part about all of that is even if you're prepared and you go early and you do a little bit at a time, it's the Christmas music that they pipe in from above, right? You're in the store. Doesn't matter if it's the Victoria's Secrets buying your wife a new set of unmentionables, or if you're in the Sears or the Canadian Tire or the whatever, buying a new cordless drill for your uncle or whatever. I don't know what the hell you're doing. But you hear that damn Christmas music. I like Christmas carols. I like the old-timey traditional stuff. Going up to maybe some of the pop stuff of the 40s, the Bing Crosby and all that. I mean, I guess that's fine, sure. But let me tell you, I work in a food store, a grocery store, a supermarket. And they started piping that stuff in. I think it was November 27th because it started snowing that day. And that was when we had started getting our really heavy snowfall. So we hadn't even flipped the calendar over yet to December. Like, give a guy a chance to just flip the calendar so it says December on her before you start throwing me the pa-rum-pa-pum-pums. Please? I don't know. Ish. Yeah, it's also a wedding cake, right? The dark fruit cake was a traditional wedding cake years ago in the UK, says Hippie Shake. Yep. Speaking of stress, thanks for going all the stress of attending my wedding. Here's some lousy cake no one likes. Most people get married in the summer. So, fast forward 6 months later and it's Christmas. And thanks for going through all the hectic stress of the holiday season. Here's some fruitcake for you. Merry Christmas. So anyways, you're working an 8-hour shift, right? And the music, the Christmas music they pipe in up there, I think it's on like a 2 or 3 hour rotation loop. So you hear the same song like 4 times in a day. And they pepper it with the Bing and the, I don't know, the crooners. Yeah, the old crooners. The Dean Martin or whatever. Sure, okay, that's fine. Frank Sinatra sings Here Comes Santa Claus. I don't know. This is fine. But then let me tell you, if I got to hear Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Claus is coming to town one more time, nobody's getting a Merry Christmas around here. Like, he's the boss and everything, bless him, but shut up, Bruce Springsteen. And because we're up here in Canada, we have these Canadian content laws where 50% of the music that's played over the public airwaves Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Central Time has got to have Canadian content. It's got to be a Canadian singer or producer or songwriter or band. So then you get that freaking Bryan Adams, run, Rudolph, Santa's got to make it to town. Oh, man. If I ever meet Bryan Adams in real life, I'm going to beat him with a Christmas tree. I'm going to flog him all about the head and neck with a Christmas tree. And then I'm going to pour hot candle wax down his gullet. Sorry, I got out of control there. I better have another sip of the eggnog here. Cheers to you. I just can't stand that damn stuff, man. Oh, every 2 hours. Run, Rudolph. Oh, please. My ears, my brain, my very soul. You raspy-voiced son of a bitch. Take a lozenge and take a break. You know what? Bryan Adams needs to drink more maple syrup. It'll soothe that scratchy throat of his that he seems to have. Oh, I wish Cousin Vinny's given me... That would be my Christmas miracle. Cousin Vinny asking, are you able to wear your earphones at work, Frankie? No. Unfortunately not. Although in the back area, in the warehouse area, and further back where shipping and receiving is and all that, you got a radio there, so you can put it on the classic rock station. Then you can hear some Red Zeppelin, or some Kiss, or some Aerosmith, or AC/DC. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of Fleetwood Mac, some Pink Floyd. And then go on, again, Canadian content, so, you'll get some Loverboy. I don't know. Maybe they'll throw in some Trooper or some Street Art or something like that. And, of course, the Bryan Adams. Oh. Yes, the Robin Hood song. Right. Yes. Everything I do it for you. Except soothing that aching throat of yours, Bryan Adams. Angel Dreams is here. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you too. Thank you very much for shooting in. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it was a good movie. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Oh, geez. Corey Ash is here. He says, I got a hernia at soccer last night, so no making me laugh, okay? Stop making me laugh, eh? Oh, I'm sorry there, bud. Well, but so it's all the best of the season to you? Oof, that's rough. That's rough. Vincent says, when I first heard that song, I thought he was parodying himself on purpose. That's great. I'm glad you made it. Glad you made it to the box, Angel. Thank you very much. That's why when I upload a Christmas video on the channel, a vintage footage video, I like to try to find Christmas music that is catchy. And it has to do with the holidays, but it's not something that you hear every hour on the hour when you're out doing your thing, whether it's Christmas shopping or holiday shopping or just trying to get through your dang life over Christmas time. You know what I mean? So when I do stuff like that, I try to do it so that it's got some pep and it's a little bit more obscure. Right? Like a couple of years ago, I put this little ditty up. This thing's great.
Hey, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Well, Santa Claus, bring my baby back to me. Hey, Santa Claus, bring my baby back to me. Well, I want that Christmas baby on the Christmas tree. Hey, Santa Claus, you know I love her so. Hey, Santa Claus, you know I love her so. When she come back, I'll never let her go. Well, Santa Claus, you know I love her so. My baby back to me. Hey, hey, Santa Claus, you know I love her so. My baby back to me. When she come back, I'll never let her go. My baby back to me. Hey, hey, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus.
Let me just pause it here real quick. Yeah. Hey, Santa Claus. Classic. This is 1920. And this is the Santa Claus Parade in Tirana, 1920. I agree with you, Sage. I'd rather listen to the Hip, Rush, or Big Sugar my own self, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I think you're right. A lot of these parades were sponsored by or performed by the Masons. Yeah. Yeah. Corey says this is what they show you when you get off the orphan train. Merry Christmas, kids. Now have a look at this. The little kids are half terrified. What in the hell is that? But by the way, everybody's saying, look at the trees. Well, it's winter in Canada. Eh? The trees have all lost their leaves. Eh? But speaking of trees, whenever there's a parade, there's always a couple of jackasses that climb up in their tree for a better view. Keep your peepers peeled for that here coming up.
Hey, Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus, hey, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus. Hey, Santa Claus, hey, Santa Claus.
So there you go. There you go. That's the kind of Christmas music I can handle. That, you know what I'm saying? That I can handle. But you know, the Mariah Carey Christmas, somebody mentioned that earlier in the box. Like, you know what? Hey, if that's your thing, and more for you, the less I have to put up with it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it was Queen Street. It probably was Queen Street. It's probably the Eatons or I think it's the Eatons Parade. Could be Bloor. Yeah, it's going to be downtown for sure. Speaking of Eatons and parade and whatnot, what do you say we take a mid-show break? We're on a roll here with the vintage footage. So how about it, as per usual, mid-show break? I'll give you a sneak peek at your upcoming midweek vintage footage. This one just so happens to of course, every Wednesday you're getting that. This one just so happens to fall exactly Wednesday, December 25th, Christmas Day. And this one is also a Santa parade. I think this is the Eatons. The Eatons parade. Let me just double check here. Excuse me. Pardon me. Where did it go? Where did it go there? Yeah, this is in Eatons. But not in Toronto. This is in Winnipeg. This is from the 1940s. It looks like, keep your eye out, about halfway through this parade, a cold wind looks like it kicks up and starts blowing in people's faces, like the parade, the people marching in the parade. And they tend to lose a bit of the pep in their step, if you will. You could see that the cold wind is like, oh man, this is too much. Let's get inside the department store quick. So yeah, this one is from the 1940s, the Eatons Winnipeg Christmas Parade. It's about 3.5 minutes long, and as mentioned, this is coming up for your midweek vintage footage this coming Wednesday, December 25th. So Merry Christmas to you. That's another pretty good Christmas song. So, hey, smoke them if you got them. Put your ear goggles on, and we'll see you on the other side of about 3.5 minutes. All right? Cheers, everyone.
Shuffling down the track, he's got rhythm in his feet, but nothing in his sack. The boogie woogie Santa Claus, boogie woogie Santa Claus, boogie woogie Santa comes to town every Christmas Day. Well, he lives up in the mountain like a hermit in the cave. He never had a haircut, never took a shave. He's the boogie woogie Santa Claus. Boogie woogie Santa Claus, boogie woogie Santa, boogie all your blues away. Well, it's rock, 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 Mr. Santa. Jump, 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 Mr. Santa. Well, jump. For your tree, no candy for your socks. When it starts to boogie, the whole town rocks. Mama, get your hat, put your best dress on. We're really gonna jump for joy on the Christmas morn. The boogie woogie Santa Claus. Boogie woogie Santa Claus. Boogie woogie Santa, boogie all your blues away. Well, it's rock, 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 Mr. Santa. Jump, 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 Mr. Santa. Well, the boogie woogie Santa will boogie all your blues away.
All right, and we are back. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you once again for shooting in, joining a fella here for another one, another live one, New West Reset Live, episode 97. The old-timey Christmas holiday special. So thank you very much for joining me here on this Sunday fun day. Merry Christmas to you. If you haven't already, give a fellow one of these. Thank you, everybody who's already shared and subscribed. And thanks to everybody who's watching us after the fact. Appreciate your support. And howdy to everybody in the chat, in the box. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays to everybody. Happy Festivus? I don't know. Anyway. What'd you think of that? We're just getting back from the vintage footage video. 1940s Santa Claus parade in Winnipeg, Manitoba. They were looking a little chilly and a little frosty on there. Did you see some of those parade floats or whatever? There was like the I don't know if it was like the Italian club or something. They're all dressed like Chef Boyardee, I guess. I don't know. It was kind of strange. And then there was a bunch of guys dressed as like, I don't know, the spear throwing natives with rings in their noses.
That's crazy!
I mean, easy, kid. I don't know. Like I'm just describing what was in the parade. There was some weird stuff in there, man. Weird. Oh, that's weird, wild stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Merry Christmas to you. Happy Christmas. So at the top of the show, we looked at an article from the Toronto Guardian. It had some old-timey window displays, Christmas window displays. Some of it was also very odd, off-putting, very, very strange. Well, yeah, when they get into specific thematics, specific themes for the floats, right? Like the first one that we looked at, the Hey Santa Claus, Hey Santa Claus, like that it was sort of like Mother Goose fairy tales, right? There was like Old King Cole and I don't know, a bunch of stuff. But the one, the vintage footage that I just gave you a sneak peek for coming up for Wednesday, I mean, that had all kinds of crazy, weirdo. It had dragons. It had dragons in it. So, you know. Yes, a terrible, terrible Carson. Oh, anyway, absolutely terrible Johnny Carson impression. My impressions are very B-level here on the show, if you're not aware. I don't know why I continue to do them. They're awful, awful impressions. But, yeah, what are you going to do? What else are we going to have a look at here? Oh, wait, I've got something here that you want to see old timey and winter. Oh yeah, here we go. This is a good one here. Yeah, nothing like drifting a 1929 Model A through the through the snow in a parking lot. Hey, why not? Gotta have a little bit of fun in the wintertime. You gotta do something. Right? That looked like fun. Drive it like you stole it. Gotta have fun. I don't ski or nothing. So, skiing and snowboarding is not on my list of fun winter activities. So, but something like that, I could, drifting some donuts in the parking lot in an old Model A. I mean, you don't get much more Canadian than donuts, eh? Do some donuts while you're eating your donuts. All right, so what do you say we have a look at, speaking of crazy Canadian stuff here in old-timey, oldie-timey Christmas. Got an article here from the CBC, the government-sponsored, taxpayer-sponsored media conglomerate. Television, radio, and print, and online news. This is cbc.ca news. This is a little article about Newfoundland and Labrador here in Canada land. So let me pull that up and share it with you, because this is something I was like, wait, what? I had no idea whatsoever. I just absolutely had no idea. This was completely new to me. What is Old Christmas Day? A Newfoundland history enthusiast explains. For many, January 6th is the end of Christmas. But why? Why, Frankie? For many people in Newfoundland and Labrador, January 6th or Old Christmas Day is the end of the holiday season. As Robert Hiscock, easy now, there, kids, easy. The writer behind a blog called Product of Newfoundland explains it's based on an old calendar error. Oh, them goofy Newfies, always making mistakes. Why is Newfoundlanders always got to be punching bags? Why does Newfoundland and Labrador got to be the nation's punching bag? I love Newfoundland and Labrador. It's a beautiful province. Beautiful. The people there are so kind and friendly. Salt of the earth, down to earth, beautiful, kind people. Sure, they got a strong accent, and other Canadians can barely understand them, especially when you get a couple of rum and eggnogs in them, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They're like Canada's version of the Irish. They just like to be kicked around. Well, they don't like it, but for some reason, we like to kick them around. I don't get it. Lost and found history rewritten in the box. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for shooting in there, eh? It's called Old Christmas Day because once upon a time we followed a different calendar, and that calendar was wrong, Hiscock told CBC News. In 1752, the British Empire's calendar was reorganized in recognition of when Easter was supposed to happen. While the celebration of Easter coincides with the first full moon on or after the March equinox, the Julian calendar had an inaccuracy that meant the date of the equinox had drifted about 11 days away from when it should have been. With the realization that the dates would continue to drift and get further from where they should be, the current Gregorian, pardon my Canadian ignorance, the current Gregorian calendar was eventually adopted by the British. So yeah, there you go. Mainstream media. People are figuring out that we fudged with the timeline and the history here. So we better come up with some kind of story and make it part of the official history that we messed up with the calendars and we forgot to put in leap years and stuff, eh? So that's why Easter keeps drifting. Sorry, let's just fix that there, bud. There you go. Sorry about that, eh? By the time all that was realized and all those minutes were added up, they had to fix the calendar and they had to skip a bunch of days, Hiscock said. Skip a bunch of days. Could you be a little bit more specific? Just skipped a bunch of days.
You sure about that?
So Christmas moved that year, but some people didn't like the idea of moving Christmas, and they continued to celebrate it on the original day, or what they've come to call Old Christmas Day. Good for you. Good for you, Newfoundlanders. You're like, take off, eh? You knobs. It's Christmas. We've been celebrating it like this for hundreds of years. You goofs. Quit messing with Jesus' born day, for criminy sake. What the Sam Steele you doing? So they're like, hey, bye, we're going to celebrate Christmas when we want to there, bud. January 6th is also the date of the Feast of the Epiphany, which celebrates the visit of the Magi and the baptism of Jesus. The date is also known as Twelfth Night, the last night of the 12 days of Christmas. Koryash says, sounds like an excuse to drink more. Oh, I don't know if you even know how truthful you're being there, by. The Newfies, they've been known to like to tip back a few there, bud. Rum, beer, and their own concoction, Screech. Hiscock said different parts of the province honored different traditions for Old Christmas Day, but there was one rule that generally held true across regions. It's the end of murmuring. I was like, hold on. What are you talking about? Murmuring.
What?
Now, if you're from the UK, murmuring is nothing new. You're like, yeah, Frankie, murmuring. What are you, an idiot? I was like, murmuring? What is? I have to goggle it. I have to look up, what do they talk about murmuring? No, we're not talking about Wales or Scotland or England. Nowhere in the UK, nowhere in Britain. No, we're talking about Newfoundland and Canada land here, eh? It's the end of murmuring, Hiscock said. People didn't normally murmur after Old Christmas Day. I was like, what is murmuring? Let me know in the box, in the chat, if you have heard of murmuring, if you know what murmuring is, if you've gone a murmuring, if you've done some murmuring of your own. If you're a murmurer. Another interesting tidbit is the concept of the 12 buns. What are you talking about? People would bake sweet rolls and take them door to door, and they would visit until they've given away all 12 of them. So if you were the 13th house on the block, sucks to be you.
Well, that's just silly. Silly, yes. Idiotic, yes.
Now, don't get me wrong here. I'm not here to poke fun. I'm not making fun of Newfoundland Christmas traditions. These are just things that, as a Canadian who lived in Quebec for 10 years, I was born there, which is like right next to Newfoundland. Labrador is on top of Quebec. We're neighbors there, bud. And I never heard of murmuring or 12 buns. Why don't they teach us this? People also in different parts of the island used to bake 12th cake as well. They would get together and have a baking party where each person would bring a different ingredient and bake the cake. And when the cake was baked, they'd share it. A lot of traditions go back to old idea of 12th night rather than it being Old Christmas Day. In Labrador, January 6th is celebrated as, I'm going to butcher it, I'm sorry, Inuit people, but Nalujuk night in Inuit communities. Scary figures known as the Nalujuit chase children and reward them if they've been good. Well, how are you going to know that it's there to give you a reward for being good if they're chasing you, especially if they're scary? It's very confusing for a small Inuit child, I would imagine. He's just up there playing in the snow with his brothers and his sisters and his cousins, looking up at the Aurora Borealis, having a good time. And a scary figure starts chasing him. What's he going to do? He's going to run. I would run like hell. So how's he supposed to know that he's getting a reward for being good? Very strange. Hiscock said some still follow old Christmas Day traditions, albeit in a different manner than before. Often hear people talking about it being unlucky to leave your Christmas decorations up past old Christmas Day. People are aware that January 6th is still sort of a cutoff day for Christmas. So I think a lot of people still know about it, but they're probably not baking cakes and sharing them door to door anymore. And that's a real shame here, people. Bake a cake and go share them with your neighbors. But I'd never heard of this at all. And like I said, I had to look up what murmuring was. I was like, wait a second, are you... It's strange. Now here, you know what? I just goggled it again, so I might as well just show you what I'm talking about here. Of course, this is according to Goggle, but murmuring is a Christmas pastime tradition, or a Christmas time tradition, where people dress in disguise and visit homes in their community. Do they bring cake at least? Or buns? Did you bring me a bun? Stranger in a disguise that I don't recognize, who's clearly my neighbor, Russell. Groups of friends or family dress in disguises made from items found around the home. Oh, so just trash or garbage. They just look through the garbage can or the dustbin. How about this old tinsel that half melted from the Christmas tree lights? Yeah, put that on. Such as masks, oversized bras. Oh, great. Where are you digging through other people's trash? If it's an oversized bra, that implies that it's not your size, which means why is it in your trash? It probably isn't, which means now you're going that's why they're wearing disguises, because they don't want people to recognize them when they're going through their neighbor's trash at Christmas. Oversized bras. If it's undersized, that's fine. Keep it in your closet. Keep it in your dresser. It's the oversized ones that are the problem. What? Sheets and lampshades. Who's throwing out lampshades at Christmas time? We have too many lamps. Get rid of these. What's with all the lamps? We got 6 lamps, but we have 28 lampshades. How did we accumulate so many lampshades, Marlene? Stop going to flea markets and buying just lampshades. They visit homes, sing, dance, and perform other informal acts. That's why it's called murmuring, because you don't want to talk about it out loud. People are ashamed. What do? I put on an oversized bra and dig through my neighbor's trash, and then I sing and dance. Why? Because I'm drunk, as Dragon Sage and the boxes say. They're drunk. I mean, it is Newfoundland, again. No disrespect, but come on. We all know Newfies like to enjoy a few wobbly pops. The hosts try to guess the murmurers' identities by asking questions, poking and prodding them or changing their walk and talk? What? Hey, who are you? Tell me who you are or I'll poke you. Yeah, I'll give you a poke in the chops for stealing my wife's brassiere and digging through our trash, you drunk bastard. I told you last year, Gary, if you did this again, I was going to call the police and file a restraining order. Now get off of my property. It's Christmas. You're frightening my children, Gary. Take you and your drunk Mrs. Jim Beam, and go home. Sleep it off, Gary. It's the holidays. Where it's practiced. Murmuring is practiced in Newfoundland and Labrador, Ireland, the city of Philadelphia, and parts of the UK. Ireland and the UK, I get it. And even Newfoundland and Labrador by way of Ireland, I get. Because basically, a lot of Newfies can trace their lineage back to the Emerald Isle. That's right. Old Erin herself. But Philly? I didn't know that. Philly? They're weirdos in Philly, too. Kathy in the Buck says, now that sounds like a party. Dragon says, Canada's fun. Let's get drunk, dress up in discarded garbage, and pester our neighbors by singing and dancing. If you give me some cake, I'll go away. How about that? You got any buns or cake? That's why people were preparing cakes and buns. It wasn't to give to their neighbors. It was to give to the murmurers to make them go away. I'll give you this chocolate explosion cake if you just go home, Gary. How it's celebrated. Murmuring can take many forms, including house visits during Christmas time, performances at summertime, come home year celebrations. Okay, that's weird. Popular song, arts and crafts, or a parade in St. John's, Newfoundland. Ah, there you go. Arts and crafts. Yeah. Again, that's just assembling some kind of disguise made out of refuse. A popular song. Yeah. Your drunk neighbor just up on your front porch singing the latest Taylor Swift song. How it's evolved. Murmuring has evolved over time, with murmurs now mostly visiting seniors and people who are housebound. Yes, they can't get away. Please, you smell of garbage. And you won't stop singing that damn Taylor Swift song. Please go away. I know it's you, Gary. Please. I baked you a cake. Now I beg you. How it inspires others. Murmuring has inspired artists, craftspeople, musicians, and business people. How? Craftspeople. That's a term that's very loose. Craftspeople. I mean, you could glue together a couple of paper plates and call it arts and crafts. How it's similar to other traditions. Okay. Some say that the Aleutian Islands of Alaska have a similar tradition called masquerading or masking. Sounds dangerous and strange. Let's see what the Wikipedia says. Murmuring is a Christmas time, a house visiting tradition practiced in Newfoundland, Labrador, Ireland, city of blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Also known as murmuring or Jannying. Typically involves a group of friends or family dressed in disguise and visit homes within their community or neighboring communities. Sure, spread it out during the 12 days of Christmas. If the murmurers are welcomed into a house, they often do a variety of informal performances that may include dance, music, jokes, or recitations. Great. Oh, I'm just going to give you it sounds like Festivus, and now it's time for the airing of the grievances. I've had a lot of problems with you people this year, and you're going to hear about it. The host must guess the murmurers' identities before offering them food or drink. All right, Gary, I know it's you. Here's a cake. Get lost. Look, there's people dressed up 2013 St. John's Murmurers Parade. Again, parade is a term used very loosely. It's just a bunch of people with scarves over their faces, and brassieres on top of their winter coats. Honey, is that your bra? Why is Gary wearing it? St. John's is a small city. People talk. The rumor mill will be running wild. That's right. This Gary does sound like a party animal. But you don't want Gary as your neighbor, especially living right next door to you. Maybe if Gary lived in that neighboring community, that's fine. Gary's over there. History. As an old Christmas custom from England and Ireland, murmuring is in a version of its modern form could be traced back to Newfoundland to the 19th century, although it's unclear precisely when this tradition was brought to Newfoundland by the English and Irish. The earliest record dates back to 1819. Some state the tradition was brought to Newfoundland by Irish immigrants from County Wexford. The tradition varied and continues to vary from community to community. Some formal aspects of the tradition, such as the Murmurs' play, have largely died out, with the informal house visit remaining the prominent. Yeah, you just go and visit some friends and get drunk. Sure, but don't put on some kind of skit. Nobody wants to sit there and watch you clumsily perform your drunken skit at Christmas. It's like, come sit over here next to your Uncle Harold while I show you my home movies of my vacation that your auntie and I took to the Bahamas in 1963. I don't want to sit and watch your home movies. Thank you. I appreciate that you thought of me. But no. Here's some cake. Go away. In June, see, they're going to enact some laws or something here. Look at this. On June 25th, 1861, an act to make further provisions for the prevention of nuisances was introduced in response to the death of, Isaac Mercer got deleted in Bay Roberts. Mercer had been deleted by a group of masked murmurs on December 28th, 1860. The bill made it illegal to wear a disguise in public without permission of the local magistrate. Really? That's just an open door for the cops to drum up some kind of charges to throw you in the hooskow. You're walking home from the pub, and then there's a bit of a blizzard, and it's windy, so you pull your scarf over your face. You come around the corner, and the cop spots you. Hey, you're wearing a disguise. Let me see your permit from the magistrate. Just coming from the pub, bud. I just want to go home. She's cold out here, eh, bud? It's crazy. In the 1980s, Murmury experienced a revival thanks to the locally popular musical duo Simani, who wrote and recorded Any Murmurs Allowed In, commonly referred to as the Murmur Song. In 1982, folklorist Dr. Joy Fraser has noted that in common with many other folk revivals, the resurgence of Christmas murmuring in Newfoundland is largely based on a selective and idealized conceptualization of the custom. Ooh, I had trouble getting that one out there, eh? So yeah, there you go. See also Ugly Stick. What? It's crazy stuff going on in Newfoundland there, bud. So there it is, murmuring. Again, if you're from the UK, you're like, yeah, what's the big deal? We always dress up in garbage and then drunkenly entertain our neighbors so we can get cake and buns. I don't know. Just seems odd to me. I don't know. Very strange. But hey, however you want to have fun at Christmas, have fun.
You know what I mean? All right, we're having a good time.
You know, you got to do what you got to do because the winters are long and cold in Newfoundland. So if you got to get drunk and dress up and pester your neighbors, why not? You got to do what you got to do. Yep, you got that right. Yeah, Dragon Sage says we're a bit crazy but fun in response to Kathy's crazy Canadians. Well, hello there, Ms. Grandma in the box. Hello, hello. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for shooting in. Yeah, I see. I just said, see, didn't I just say that? I'm glad we agree, Ms. Grandma. Newfies are awesome people. Yes. Yeah, I'm not making fun of Newfoundland or Newfoundlanders here at all. It's just odd because as a Canadian, and again, born in Quebec, in Montreal, Quebec, lived there the first 10 years of my life. My dad's best friend was from Newfoundland. He was the best man at my dad's wedding, for crying out loud. I'd never heard him murmuring. My Nana's from England. From London, from Londinium. I don't remember her getting drunk and pestering the neighbors for cake, wearing discarded items from around the house. Nana, where did you get that oversized bra? It's your Aunt Edna's. Now hurry up and put this on and come with me. We've got to go and pester the Joneses. Why? For cake, dear boy. Don't you get it? For cake. Oversized bra and a lampshade is about all they wear to the clubs around here every weekend. Nice one, Vaughn. Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. That's a good one. Dragon Sage says, I was born in Halifax, raised in Ontario and British Columbia. Ms. Grandma, we love the Newfies in Alberta. Always enjoyed working with them. Yeah. Well, it's because they're descendants of hard-working fishermen. So they have a good hard-working work ethic. That's why I don't understand, like I said, why Newfies and Newfoundland is, for some reason, is like the punching bag of Canada, the brunt of the jokes. I've been to Newfoundland many times. It's lovely. Lovely. But you don't have to go to Newfoundland these days to experience a little bit of Newfoundland. If you're Canadian, just go to your neighborhood British pub. You'll find a Newfie in there. Thank you very much. Ms. Grandma says Merry Christmas to all of you. Yeah, I totally forgot the lampshade thing. It's just so strange, Quick, we got to go to the neighbors now for this murmuring thing. So let's just have a look around here and see what we can find to make some kind of half-assed disguise and go to the neighbors and pester them with songs and skits until they guess who we are. And once they guess who we are and we get the cake, and the cake is the 12 buns are all gone, there, you got to leave. You got to shut it down. Even mid-song, once the 12 buns are done, shut it down, bud. Get out of here now. You're done there, eh, buddy? It's very, it's just odd. I don't know. Ms. Grandma says, I've been screeched in, yes. That crazy moonshine that they have. What do they put in it again? What is it, a tongue or something? And you got to tip it back and then until the tongue touches your lips. Once it hits your lips, it's just so good. It's so good. Is that what it is? I don't know. I've never been quote unquote screeched in. It's a crazy Newfoundlander tradition thing. Toe, thank you, Mighty Mouse. Shooting in. Shooting in on the bumble. Boom, toe. It's a toe. And Kathy right there, what the honk? What the flying filth and foul? What the foul filth flarn and with the fliff and the flying flurf and flow? That stuff's terrible. Yeah, well, it's an acquired taste. That's all. It's an acquired taste. Tastes a bit like toe. It's fine. You'll get used to it. Chase it down with another beer there, bud. You'll be fine, Derry. See, a toe. Whose toe? Don't ask. Don't ask. It was a murmurer's toe, a murmurer who overstayed his welcome. That's the penalty. If you don't leave after all the 12 buns are given away and you're done your skit, they get to cut off a toe. It's like the Canadian version of the Yakuza, where they cut a pinky off. Yeah, here we do a toe away. But then we put it in a bottle of booze and make other people drink it. Yeah, exactly. Tastes like a cross between moonshine and blue cheese. Or is that feta? No, I think it's blue cheese. Blue cheese and moonshine. Dragon Sage says it's the Yukon whiskey toe. I don't even, you know what? Let's see. Let's just see. What it says here on the goggle machine. Newfoundland Screech. There's a Wikipedia thing on Newfoundland Screech. Huh. Well, let's have a look at this. These shenanigans here. Is it going to tell us the mystery of the toe? Kathy Broughton in the box says, I don't think we want you Canadians as another state after all. You guys are drinking toe juice up there. Nope. You guys can stay north up there and enjoy your snow and your maple syrup and your toe juice. Newfoundland Screech is a rum sold in Newfoundland with 40% alcohol by volume. Ooh-wee! The term screech is a colloquial term that has been used to describe almost any cheap, high alcohol spirit, including moonshine. Yeah, that's the real screech. The term is used in the brand name for this mid-price range. Oh, so this is just the site for this brand name of Screech. Well, Screeched In. Newfoundland Screech is used in a ceremony known as the Screech-In. Screech-In is a ceremony performed on non-Newfoundlanders, known to Newfoundlanders as come from away or Mainlander, involving a shot of screech, a short recitation, and the kissing of a cod. That's right, the fish. I knew there was something about a tongue or a fish and your lips. Don't move your lips. It's often performed either in homes or more commonly in town pubs, such as those on George Street in St. John's. Notable for their screech-in traditions are Trapper John's, O'Reilly's Irish Newfoundland Pub, and Christian's Bar down there, bud. Screech-ins also take place aboard tourist boat excursions such as the yada yada. Okay, fine. Okay, so the Wikipedia's got something about the screech, but okay, this is exploring the history and lore of screech. (1974). No, there's something about the toe, man. Give me the toe. Toe, man. Let's throw some toe in there for me. What's this? History of the sour toe cocktail. Sour toe cocktail's practically a rite of passage for visitors to Dawson City, Yukon. Simple drink, a shot of whiskey, usually Yukon Jack, with an unusual accompaniment. A mummified human toe. How did the sour toe cocktail come to be? It all started during Prohibition with a nasty case of frostbite. In the 1920s, rum-running Lincoln brothers, Louis and Otto, got caught in a blizzard. Louis put his foot through a patch of ice and soaked his foot. When the brothers got back to their cabin, Louis' right foot was frozen solid. To prevent gangrene, Otto used his axe to chop off Louis's toe. He placed the toe in a jar of alcohol to commemorate the event. In 1973, legend has it that Captain Dick Stevenson, found the jar and the toe. Well, I should hope so. Like, who would steal just the toe? I've been looking for this toe. This has been my bugaboo. This has been my life's work to find this Yukon Jack toe. No, leave the jar and the booze. I just want the toe. He came up with the idea of the Sour Toe Cocktail Club, exclusive club with one membership required. In order to gain admittance to the club, potential members must drink the legendary Sour Toe Cocktail. In 2013, one man swallowed the toe on purpose. He was run out of town, but he came back seeking forgiveness from the people of Dawson City. What in the Sam Steele is going on up here in Canada with our weird drinks, toes and fish? The screeching ceremony in Newfoundland does not involve a toe. It does involve a shot of rum, a recitation, and the kissing of a cod. Here's some related information about the screech. Oh, thanks, AI. Yeah. Okay, so a toe, a fish. Either way, what are you putting that in your drink for? I could see, if you're having yourself a Bloody Mary or a Caesar, you might put a celery stalk in there so you could kind of stir it around a little bit. Sure, you want to put an umbrella in your drink? Just careful you don't choke on it. It's fine. Maybe, you're having a pina colada and they put a little wedge of pineapple on the rim of your glass. Great. But don't put toes and fish and stuff. Why? Even the Finns and Norwegians don't put fish in their booze. Wait, I just said Caesar. Some people might not even know what a Caesar is. It's a Canadian drink. It's kind of like a Bloody Mary. The Bloody Mary is tomato juice and vodka with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, I think, and a little bit of spice. And sometimes it has a celery stalk in it. But a Caesar is clamato juice. That's right. Tomato juice mixed with clam juice. So if you want to count clams as a fish, which they aren't, but close enough. You mix that with vodka and Worcestershire sauce, and you salt the rim. And you put a couple of splashes of Tabasco sauce in there, and that's a Caesar. In fact, I'm going to goggle that too, just seeing how we're on a goggle tirade here now. The Caesar cocktail. Again, we'll just go to the Wikipedia. Why not? Caesar is a cocktail created and consumed primarily in Canada. It typically contains vodka, clamato, hot sauce, and Worcestershire sauce. Clamato is a commercial drink made of reconstituted tomato juice concentrate and sugar, which is flavored with spices, dried clam broth, and MSG. All the stuff that's good for you, just like Grandma used to make. And it's served with ice in a large celery salt rimmed glass, typically garnished with a celery stalk and wedge of lime. What distinguishes it from a Bloody Mary is the inclusion of the clam broth. The cocktail may also be contrasted with the michelada. It's a Mexican drink with beer, lime juice, assorted sauces, spices, chili peppers, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Which has similar flavor ingredients but uses beer instead of vodka. And there's a picture of the Caesar cocktail. So it's kind of like a Bloody Mary, but with more stuff in it, including the ever delicious clam juice. There it is. Delicious. Clam juice. Oh, there's your recipe. 6 ounces of clamato juice, a couple ounces of vodka, a couple dashes of hot sauce, a handful of dashes of Worcestershire sauce, celery salt, fresh ground pepper, lime wedge, a crisp celery stalk. Yeah, you don't want a limp one. You want a crisp one. Only in Canada will they put ocean life juice, whether it be fish, squid, or mollusk, or whatever, clam, barnacle, whatever. Squeeze it. See if juice comes out of it. Why? Well, mix it with vodka and tomato juice. It'll be great. We'll have it at parties. Now, it sounds completely disgusting, but it's absolutely delicious. Yeah, you mix clamato juice and beer, Ms. Grandma says. Yes, that is also very good. Mighty Mouse over on the Bumble says, now I want a Caesar. Yeah, they're delicious. I know, Chassis. I know. Chassis Nick's in the box saying clam juice with puking emoji or turning green face emoji. Julia's here in the box. Merry Christmas to you. Just woke up. Sounds interesting. It's sounds gross, but it's good. Sounds gross for sure. But absolutely delicious. Morgan over at Isabella Live 2.0 says, my Ojibwa neighbors just brought me Christmas dinner, ham and turkey, and a bottle of Coke. Nice. There you go. Wash it down with some fizzy Coca-Cola. PCS World is in the box. Merry Christmas to you. Howdy, howdy. Thanks for shooting in. Corn on the cob and cranberry sauce. That sounds like a beauty. Beauty. You got to have cranberry sauce if you're having the turkey. I agree. I enjoy the cranberry sauce. I like the cranberry sauce that's the cranberry sauce. I don't like the jellied cranberry that much. Some people prefer that. I prefer the actual cranberry sauce. But each to their own, you know. Dragon Sage says, my girlfriend gave me a bunch of chicken soup and chicken and rice dishes. Yeah, nice, this time of year, right? Late fall, early winter. Again, happy belated solstice to you. The first day of winter was yesterday, December 21st, upon the airing of the show. But yeah, there's nothing like a nice hearty soup or stew this time of year. Get yourself a couple of those 12 buns, right, from the murmurers. Dip them into the stew or the soup. Make yourself a beef stew or a chicken soup or leftover turkey soup or stew. Throw some clam juice and corn in there. I don't know. Put whatever you like in there. Vaughn says, just looked it up, and a black toe dream could be a representation of death and renewal. So if you have a dream about having a black toe, yeah, well, I mean, if your toe turns black, chances are you got the frostbite there, bud. At least around these here parts, eh? And if a guy's got frostbite and doesn't get her looked after tout sweet, it's going to get gangrenous. And that will bring death. That'll delete you right quick, buddy. Yeah, we have both. We have the cranberry sauce and the cranberry jelly in jars, but also in cans. Or you just buy the fresh cranberries and do up your own cranberry sauce. It just doesn't take long to do there. A little lemon juice, cranberries, a little bit of sugar, some water. Just got to let it simmer in the pot, you know, in the saucepan. Maybe a potato masher to give some of those cranberries a little bit of a crush, you know what I'm saying? Maybe put some clam juice in there. Sure, why not? This cranberry sauce tastes disgusting. Oh, I thought you wanted clamberry sauce. Excuse me. I thought that you were requesting some clamberry sauce. My mistake.
That doesn't make sense.
PCS World said Home Depot gave me an apple pie today. The new job has some perks. Really? Merry Christmas. Here's an apple pie for you. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. You don't freeze your toes off. Well, they'll end up in somebody's drink. They'll end up in a bottle of whiskey up in Dawson City, Yukon. You know what, that one article about that guy who swallowed the toe on purpose and then he was run out of town. Nobody like held him down and tried to induce vomiting. He didn't like cough it up later. Blah, here's your toe back. Sorry. I thought it'd be funny. Like they didn't follow up on the fate of the toe in that article. What happened to the toe? Like maybe they had to get a new toe. So it's not the original toe. It's a faux toe. A fake toe. See what I did? Sorry. I'm ashamed. I mean, you know, what is this? The Big Lebowski? You can't just come up with a toe. I could have your toe by 3:30 with nail polish. Black toes just fall out of the sky up there in the Yukon? I mean, I guess if you're going to get a frostbitten toe, the Yukon is the place to get it, right? Up there, you know, up by Alaska, Yukon, Northwest Territories, Nunavut. Hell, Labrador even. I'm surprised they don't throw toes in their screech. Labradors, you know, you get frostbite on your toe up there. Maybe people's toes are falling off like they're dropping like flies up there. I don't know what the hell. You know a guy like that who lost a toe to frostbite? Yeah. It's not actually that uncommon. Even today. I almost lost a thumb, actually, to frostbite. Because I had previously cut the tip of my thumb off. And on my left hand here, I cut about, I don't know, half an inch of the tip of my thumb off. And doctors were able to stitch a guy up pretty good there, bud. But now it's numb. Like it's like I don't feel anything on the very tippy tip of my thumb, except for in the winter. It aches like a son of a gun. But I was out hunting one time and it was real cold, and because I can't feel that thumb getting cold there on the tip, I didn't really notice, and because it had been hacked off and sewn back on, the circulation wasn't the best. And yeah, she came pretty close there, bud. Came pretty close. PCS World said that guy's toe became fertilizer. Yeah, it went in one end and came out the other. Oh boy. Disrespect to Yukon Jack's black toe. Yeah, Mighty Mouse says Dawson City is a long drive from anywhere. If you went there, that kiss in the toe thing should be mandatory. Yeah, exactly. What are you doing all the way up here in these parts? This is a long way from nowhere up here. What are you doing up here? You test your metal by kissing this here toe. Otherwise, we're going to assume you're just up to no good up here. Kiss this toe to prove your good intentions, and you may enter the city gates of Dawson City. You're like, geez, they're pretty rough for up here in Dawson City with this toe thing. At least in Newfoundland, I just had to kiss a fish. Not some old 49ers black toe, for crying out loud. This is getting off the rails right bad here. Yeah, I think I'm getting ready to wind this thing down here real quick. But before I go, I want to share a couple of holiday-themed funny little things for you, just to help to get you into the Christmas spirit. I was talking earlier about, the Christmas carols playing over and over again, and some of them, I just can't take them anymore. But every once in a while, a classic comes up, and, you get a classic like this one here.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe.
Oh, Nana, poor Nana. Who was that? Was that Comet or Cupid? It was Blitzen, wasn't it? Blitzen ran a blitz on Nana and knocked her on her keister. That's rough. Poor Nana.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Boom! Took down two folks.
Walking home from our house Christmas Eve.
What is this? Some kind of Christmas jog? These are murmurers. They're out doing their murmuring parade. And they got
you can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe.
The deer didn't even try to avoid them. The deer was just like, get out of my way, Granny, right now. Yeah, like plenty of room, but the deer's like, no, I'm just going through. Like, if you get hit, it's your own fault. Thanks for saying that. Kathy sent with that one to me. Guilty. Mighty Mouse is laughing her ass off over there and on the Bumble. Turtle's loving it. Really? I don't remember that. Morgan's asking, remember in 1988 how the New Kids, I'm assuming New Kids on the Block there, but got run over by the reindeer was all the rage. Really? See, that one didn't become the, on the heavy rotation of the piped in Christmas music at work. So I think I dodged a bullet on that one, but a guy wonders, would I prefer that one to the damn Brian Adams? Run, Rudolph. Santa's got to make it to town. Oh. Ridiculous. Here's a good way to get back at your neighbors if they're murmuring too much and really pestering you. And no matter how many of the 12 buns or the cakes that you give them, they just won't leave you alone. This is how you can get your revenge. Actually, this is how you can get your revenge on any neighbor that, these neighbors that piss and moan about all kinds of stuff. Why do you have to mow your lawn at 8 a.m? Because I like to be drinking my beer by 10 a.m. That's why. If I start mowing my lawn at 10 a.m, I can't be drinking my beer till at least 12:30. And that doesn't do a guy any good. That kind of neighbor. The leaves from your tree in your yard are falling over the fence into my yard. So you want to borrow my rake? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, give them a... PCS World says, just give them a fruitcake. Yeah, Karens and Darrens. right? I've also heard Kevins, but Karens and Darrens. But yeah, that kind of neighbor, right? So you just want to get your sweet, sweet payback. Just pause it there so you can read what that says. 8 a.m. every morning now, since the Homeowners Association made me tear down my wife's chicken coop. They're just trying to raise some chickens to get some eggs. And the neighbors are crying about the rooster. So this guy says, do you want to cry about chickens and roosters, huh? Here you go. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, a-holes. That guy's hilarious. Don't get me wrong. I would want to be his neighbor. I would not want to be his neighbor at all. But with that said, got to tip the hat to the guy. You know, Homeowner Association's going to mess with me and my wife and our chicken coop, huh? Huh? You don't like chickens, eh? All right. But now you're going to get the 12 days of Christmas chicken style. 8 a.m. every day. Oh, man. Never go to war with your neighbors, you know. Just give them some 12 buns and some cake and let them kiss a cod, and everything will be just fine. Just fine. Oh, yeah, every neighborhood's got at least one or two, right? Dragon Sage says, my neighbor lady stole my stray kitty buddy from me and complained about me shooting bows in the yard. Really? So you had like a stray cat that would come and visit you, and you'd probably, give it some tummy scritches, some head scratches, give it a little bit of food, make sure it's got some water, doing all right. And then nosy neighbor lady sees, oh, he's having fun with that cat. I'm going to keep that cat now. All because I don't like him doing his bows in his own yard, by the way. It's not like you're shooting stray cats with your bow. Then the neighbor might have reason to complain. Guy next door who's shooting bows and arrows at cats in the neighborhood. Could we send all over maybe somebody to talk to this guy? I mean, I could see that, but if you're being friendly to stray cats and, you're enjoying your passion and your side business on your own property, you're not hurting anybody, for crying out loud. You know how it is. People are people. Bless them. Merry Christmas to you there, nosy neighbor people. Merry Christmas to you. And with that, I think that is going to seal the deal here tonight for Frankie, New West Reset and New West Reset Live, episode 97. The old timey Christmas holiday special, Canadian style there, eh, bud? By the way, did you know that Santa Claus is Canadian? Yeah, you can write to him. You can write a Dear Santa letter and send it to him, North Pole of Canada. Let me just goggle Santa's address here for you, in case you want to write him a letter. Can't guarantee it'll get there. Canada Post is on strike right now, eh? So, yeah. So Canada Post ruined Christmas. That's great. Thanks, Canada Post. So for those of you who support the channel on the PayPal, you would have gotten one of my new t-shirts. And the plan was to get it to you for Christmas time, but now it's going to have to be in the new year. Because, yeah. But here, let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, people. According to Canada Post, the correct address to send mail to Santa is Santa Claus, North Pole, HOH, get it? Ho, ho, ho. Canada. North Pole's here in Canada. Many would argue, but I guess Santa's a Canadian. So, Merry Christmas from the Great White North, the frozen North, the home of Santa Claus. Merry Christmas to you. And yes, Canada Post shenanigans. Thanks for, it's not like people mail Christmas cards and send parcels and gifts in the mail over the holiday season or anything there, Canada Post. Thanks. So apparently they've got like a couple of months backlog of parcels and mail. So, yeah. Unfortunately, it will be in the new year. You will get your brand new New West Reset t-shirt Mark II, the Shenanigans edition. That's right. So yeah, what are you going to do? Canada Post. Ruin Christmas. Again, they're famous for it, by the way. Anyway, so there you go. That's going to do it here for the show. So again, a very happy and healthy Merry Christmas to all of you. And we'll see you, of course, Wednesday for your midweek vintage footage video, Santa Claus Parade. Boots on the Ground Friday. And then we'll see you back here a week from today, next Sunday, for the New Year's show. And for that, I think I'm going to do a Q&A. So if you have any questions for me, just about kind of generally whatever, I guess, I'll get them ready. And next week, you can just type them into the chat in the box here. And I'll try to get to all your questions. And we'll kind of see where the show goes. We'll have a little fun with it as we prematurely ring in the new year. So until then, take care, everyone. Thank you very much. And until the next one, we'll see you again soon. All right. Thanks, everyone. Cheers. Merry Christmas.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma.